April 3rd, 2018. You are 33 years old, and you are standing in a stadium that belongs to the enemy, and in 11 minutes, you are going to score the greatest goal of your life. You don't know that yet. Nobody does. Right now, it is the 53rd minute of a Champions League quarter-final first leg at the Allianz Stadium in Turin, and Real Madrid are leading Juventus 1-0. And the crowd around you is 60,000 Italians who have spent the last hour trying to will their team back into this match. You scored the first goal yourself, 3 minutes into the game. A neat finish, a poacher's goal, a flick past Gianluigi Buffon from close range that you have scored 100 variations of across your career. Clinical, efficient, effective. The kind of goal people forget about when the night is over. The goal you are about to score is not that kind of goal. But before we get there, you have to understand what this match means, what this stadium means, what this moment in the season means for the man standing on the pitch in the white shirt with the number 7 on his back. You are Cristiano Ronaldo. You have been playing professional football for 16 years. You have scored over 650 career goals. You have won 5 Ballon d'Or awards. You have won the Champions League 4 times, twice with this same Real Madrid squad. You are, by almost any measure available, the greatest goal scorer the sport has ever produced. You have scored with your left foot, your right foot, your head, from free kicks, from distance, from the penalty spot, in finals, in semifinals, in league matches on cold Tuesday nights when nobody was watching. You have scored in every country, against every kind of goalkeeper, in every kind of atmosphere. There is one type of goal you have never scored in a match that mattered. One move that has eluded you for your entire career. You have tried it in training hundreds of times. You have come close in matches, jumped, connected poorly, sent the ball wide or high or straight at the keeper. The bicycle kick, the overhead kick. The move where your back is to goal and the ball arrives behind you and you throw your body into the air and you hit it on the way down with everything you have, upside down, before you land. The move that requires perfect timing, perfect technique, perfect nerve, and a complete willingness to fail spectacularly in front of 50,000 people if any single element goes wrong. At 33 years old, having scored every other kind of goal imaginable, you have never done it in a game that counted. 53rd minute. The ball breaks loose near the Juventus penalty area. There is a moment of confusion between Giorgio Chiellini and Buffon, 2 Italian internationals who have played together for over a decade. They get in each other's way. The ball rolls free. You pounce. You are on the byline with your back to goal, no angle, no clear path to shoot. You pass it inward to Lucas Vazquez. He drives toward goal. Buffon saves it. Strong hands. Good save. The ball breaks to Dani Carvajal on the right. Carvajal looks up. He sees you. You have already started your run. You are moving across the face of the goal, away from it, your momentum carrying you past the 6-yard box. The cross comes in high, floating, arriving above and behind you at chest height. You have maybe half a second to make the decision. Less. Your body makes it before your mind does. You jump. Your left leg goes up first to generate the height. Your right leg cocks back. Your body arcs backward. You are horizontal in the air, parallel to the pitch, inverted, your head below your waist, the goal behind you. The ball arrives. Your right leg whips through it. The contact is pure. The ball leaves your boot with a sound that is different from a normal shot, harder, flatter, more violent, and it travels in a line toward the top right corner of the goal so fast that Buffon, who has been the best goalkeeper in the world for 20 years, does not move. His legs are still. His hands are still. His eyes follow the ball from your boot to the net. That is all he does. His eyes. Nothing else. The net moves. You land on your back on the turf, and for a fraction of a second, the stadium is completely silent. 60,000 people processing what they have just seen. Then,
it breaks open. Not the way it breaks when the home team scores. Something different. Something that does not have a normal sporting name. The Juventus supporters, the people who came here tonight to watch their team beat you, who have been singing against Real Madrid for 53 minutes, who paid for their seats so they could celebrate when Juventus put the ball in your net, are on their feet. They are applauding you. All of them, the entire Allianz Stadium, rising, clapping, making noise for the man who has just scored against their club in their ground in the most important match of their season. Chiellini stands with his hands on his hips, and he is applauding. Buffon, who has just been beaten by a goal he will be asked about for the rest of his life, raises a hand and gives you a thumbs up. The Juventus defender Andrea Barzagli throws his arms out to his sides in a gesture that says, "What are you supposed to do? What can anyone do?" On the sideline, your manager Zinedine Zidane is standing with his hand pressed flat against his forehead, staring at you. Zidane scored the most famous overhead kick in Champions League history himself, a left-footed volley against Bayer Leverkusen in the 2002 final at Hampden Park, a goal that people still argue is the greatest ever scored in the competition. He is standing on the touchline in Turin, watching you, and he has his hand on his forehead, and he is not saying anything. You get to your feet. Your teammates are running toward you. You point to the sky. You do the celebration you always do, arms wide, chest out, chin up. But something is different tonight, and you know it immediately. The noise in this stadium is not for Real Madrid. It is not for your team. It is not from your supporters. It is from 60,000 Italians who came here to beat you, and they are standing, and they are clapping, and they cannot stop.
You said afterward in an interview that it surprised you a lot, that nothing like it had ever happened in your career before, that you were like, wow, when the people started to applaud. You said it with a particular kind of expression, quieter than your usual interviews, as if the memory of it still caught you slightly off guard. You, who have been watched and photographed and analyzed and discussed and argued about for 20 years, you who have been the most famous athlete on earth for over a decade, you who have scored over 600 goals and won everything the sport has to give, and stood in front of crowds of 100,000 people without flinching. That ovation from 60,000 people in Turin, people who had every reason not to give it, surprised you. The match finishes. Real Madrid win 3-0. Marcelo adds a third in the 72nd minute after a move you set up. You have scored twice, made an assist, broken the record for scoring in 10 consecutive Champions League games. You are the first player in history to do that. The statistics are noted, recorded, reported. They will be forgotten by the next morning. The bicycle kick will not be forgotten. You win the UEFA Goal of the Season award for it. You are nominated for the Puskás Award. Millions of people watch the clip over and over, frame by frame, trying to understand the timing, the technique, the nerve. Sports scientists break down the physics of it. Coaches use it in presentations. A year later, when you are asked to name the greatest goal of your career, you do not hesitate. Over 700 goals at that point. Finals, tournaments, free kicks, long-range strikes, headers, everything. You say it without thinking. It was this one. There is one more thing. In the summer of 2018, 4 months after that night in Turin, you leave Real Madrid. You sign for Juventus, the club whose fans gave you a standing ovation when you scored against them. You said, in the years that followed, that the ovation stayed with you, that the way those supporters reacted to what you did that night was part of what drew you to the club. Whether that is entirely true or whether it is a good story is difficult to say, but you said it more than once. You said it with the same quiet expression you used when you talked about the surprise of it. Either way, you ended up in Turin, wearing black and white instead of white, walking into the Allianz Stadium as a home player instead of a visitor, passing the same corner of the pitch every home match, where 18 months earlier you threw your body into the air and for one moment made 60,000 people forget which side they were on. You have never scored another bicycle kick like it. Nobody has. You just lived it. Now share it with someone who thinks they already know this story. Like the video, drop a comment telling us whose story you want next, and subscribe. We'll see you in the next one.